Hey everyone, I'm Jackie and welcome back to our series on how to use the DirigoEdge content management system. In this tutorial, we'll be diving into Edge by teaching you how to edit content on existing pages using the back end and the front end of the CMS. Start by accessing Edge for your website and logging in so you're looking at your dashboard. Next, hover over the Quick Access bar and select Content, then Pages. This brings you to a list of all the pages that have been created for your website. To help organize them, you can sort by title, date created, or the current status of the page. You can also locate a particular page by typing its name into the search box on the right. I'm going to click on this page called DirigoEdge CMS. Clicking on a page title brings us to the default HTML view of the page. You can see a bunch of code here, but don't worry. You don't have to be an HTML wizard to use Edge. That being said, if you're in HTML view, you shouldn't modify or delete any code that you see there, because this often sets the framework for the layout of your page. To access the WYSIWYG editor for your page, click the WYSIWYG Edit button for the page instead of the page title. This shows a plain text version of your web page, and it's probably the view that you'll use if you're making changes to pages on the back end of the site. As you can see, this page has placeholder text on it. To make an edit to the content, click anywhere in the box to get started. You should be able to see the cursor appear within the text, similar to a Word document. Then, just start typing. It's that easy. If you'd like to format your text, add a table, or add a link, you can do that from the Content toolbar. This is also a lot like Word, but if you're not sure what something is, you can hover over each button for a description. You can also insert images by clicking the picture frame icon. This will open up the media library. Once you've made your updates, you can save your page as a draft, which will save your updates on the back end, but won't display them on the front end yet. If you save as a draft, you can then select the preview button to see what your page would look like on the front end if it was live. You can check to see that your page is in draft form by its status being set to draft. If your page was already published and then you saved your updates as a draft, keep in mind that the version that was already published is still live, and users who visit your site can see it. It's only the version of the page you made changes to that's a draft. Remember, when previewing a page that's saved as a draft, your page will look and feel like it's live for the world to see, but that's not the case until your page is updated and published. When you're ready to make your changes live, click the Update button. You should see a green bar pop up in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen that confirms that your changes have been saved successfully. You can also confirm that your updated page is live by checking to see that its status is published. You'll also see page settings on the right rail area of the page. If the page is already created, you shouldn't have to change these settings, but in the instance that you do, check out our video on creating pages for help. To go directly from the page you've been working on in the back end to the same place on the front end, click View Live Page. Once you see the front end view of your page, switch into Edit mode by selecting the pen and pencil icon in the upper left of your screen. If you're logged in and looking at the front end of your site, you can click to it just as you would normally, then select the pen and pencil icon. You should be able to see the different elements of your page outlined in blue. We'll get to those later, but for this video, we're focusing on editing the main content area. To edit the main content area, click into it just like you would on the back end, type some content, and press Save in the upper right-hand corner. It's important to keep in mind that when you're editing from the front end of the site, it's live for users to see as soon as you save. Most of the time, you'll be working within the same content block to make your updates. If you want to add a new content block, select the plus sign and choose Rich Text Area in the Add Module pop-up. Once you're done with your updates, if you want to preview them before you save, click the Preview button in the upper left of your screen. It's in the same spot as the pen and pencil icon and appears in its place when you're in edit mode. Here's a quick tip for making updating content go more smoothly. Say you want to copy and paste content from a web page or a Word document into a page in the CMS. To avoid pulling over hidden HTML code, always copy and paste from your source into a plain text document like Notepad first. Then, copy and paste from Notepad into the CMS. If you don't use this method, you could end up with different fonts and colors than was intended. We've gone over a lot of information in this segment, and you can always get in touch with the Dirigo team member if you have questions. I always tell my clients that the best way to learn is by doing when it comes to the Edge CMS. If your site is in development, that's the perfect opportunity to look around and experiment without worrying about the public having access to it. If your site is live, always preview your content changes first. And if you do make a mistake, just give us a call or an email and we're happy to help. Thanks for watching.